8. The newest fourth version SIG is He-Tight Gap SIG. It's complete different beast. Basically, Mike tightened everything up. So he designed a motor that wasn't meant for taking godly amounts of power daily. He wanted a motor that could produce the most SPPL all day long on 1200 watts arms, because if you give any subwoofer 5000 watts, or 8000 or 15,000, it's gonna break eventually. Just give it time. He didn't want that, so he made these motors have super tight gaps that can only fit dual 2-layer flat wound coils because, for one, these coils are extremely lightweight, which means super high efficiency, and secondly, the tighter the gap, the stronger the magnetic field in the gap. You would be surprised how much flux loss you get when you extend the gap's id and odd just a fraction of a m. It's astronomical. One big difference between the big gap and small gap SIGs is that the small gap SIGs have smaller slugs. I guess the company that was making the slugs went bankrupt, so Thilo started using some other company to get the slugs. These slugs are 10 in diameter, instead 10.5, but the id is also smaller than the id of the older slugs, so there isn't much of a difference. The vent on the pole piece is also different between the two motors. If you really want to know if you have a big gap or small gap, look at the vent in the pole piece. If you can almost fit 2 fingers in the bottom vent, then it's an older SIG. If you can't barely stick your pinky in it, it's the newer SIG. The reason for this is the fact that Mike also changed the T-yoke. In the new SIGs, he made the distance from the outside of the pole piece to the inside of the vent the same distance as from the bottom to the top of the top plate 1/4. Doing this makes the flux travel that much better to the gap. Haha. He explained it to me once, but it was very complicated and went right over my head. Haha. Okay. The biggest difference between the two motors is something that he added inside the motor that almost no one knows about. Thilo from TC Sounds called him an idiot for doing it, but the results don't lie. This blocks a lot of the stray magnetic flux lines, focusing them into both the top plate and T-yoke. It sounds like a crazy idea, but Mike knows what he is talking about, and it made a difference. But that's just another little shocker secret. Anyways guys, please feel free to subscribe, like, share, and have a wonderful and happy new year.